Welcome to Market Recap Live. I am your host, Joseph Martin, and thank God it's Tuesday. Tonight, we are taking a look at ticker NKE. You might know them better as Nike. Nike Incorporated was founded in 1964 by Bill Bowerman and Phil Knight, with the first office opening in Eugene, Oregon. Now, they are a $78 billion publicly traded company in the footwear and accessories industry in the consumer discretionary sector, and they are listed in the S&P 500 index. Nike primary competitors are Adidas, Lululemon, Athletica, and Deckers Outdoor. So today we are going to review Nike earnings and take a look at their website. But before we do that, let's do our roll call and check our stream poll. We are streaming live on YouTube and Facebook. Let's get this chat going and tell us where you're tuning in from. Put a YT in the chat if you're tuning in from YouTube, and put an FB in the chat if you are tuning in from Facebook. We are building a community over here for people who want to take control of their financial situation by learning how to unlock the wealth building power of the stock market. And we are streaming live. We are streaming live Monday through Friday following trading sessions at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The U.S. stock market regular trading hours are 9:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And there's a link for the New York Stock Exchange calendar down in the description. All right. So let's get to these earnings. So ticker symbol Nike, NKE, the $78.19 billion consumer discretionary company, reported its third quarter fiscal 2026 earnings today, Tuesday, March 31st, 2026. Nike is listed in the footwear and accessories industry inside the consumer discretionary sector. They have a 52-week high of $80.17, which took place in May 2025, and a 52-week low of $50.95, which occurred yesterday, March 30th, 2026, which is a trading range of $29.22, and closed today at $52.82. Nike earnings report beat on the top line and beat on the bottom line as wholesale revenue growth in North America helped offset continued weakness in digital sales. They reported revenue of $11.28 billion, which was higher than the market expectations of $11.23 billion. Their EPS were higher than the analyst and market expectations of 30 cents when they reported an adjusted EPS of 35 cents. Nike reported a GAAP net income of $520 million, which is lower than the $793.8 million net income they reported this same quarter last year, which is a decrease of 34.5%. So for the third fiscal quarter of 2025, their net profit was approximately 52.6% higher than it is compared to now, a year later. Nike's 52-week high of $80.17 took place in May 25, and today the stock reached a daily high of $53.11. I am noticing the stock is attempting to stabilize after testing multi-year lows earlier this week. This represents a decline of 34.1% over a span of approximately 10 months. So if an investor put in $1,000 at that 52-week high, they would currently be seeing a loss of $341. The earnings were released after the market closed, followed by a 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time conference call. As far as guidance, management mentioned that North America wholesale revenue increased by 5%, but they remain concerned about higher tariffs continuing to pressure gross margins. All right. So let's talk about why we visit these companies' websites. We visit company websites and read descriptions with the goal of quickly finding answers to these three key questions. What does the company do? What goods and or services do they sell? And how important are the goods and services they provide to their customers? What is the demand for it? Is it high? Is it low? Is it so-so? Now, let's look at Nike to see what answers we can find. We browse 4 areas on their websites to answer these questions: the homepage for the goods and or services, the About Us for company vision and mission, careers, employee benefits and opportunities, and investors relations for SEC filings, and the stock quotes. All right. So now you know what we looking for and what we looking at. So let's go over here to Nike. I believe I'm already zoomed in, but let's double check. There we go, because you might be looking from your phone. All right. And for your convenience, all companies featured in tonight's stream are down in the description, okay? So I don't think it's going to take us long to figure out what Nike does. And they're doing something with Lego right now. It looks like they selling Nike set. Lego sets that make Nike shoes. Look cool. Look, I like it. That's all. That almost looked like a Lego, but that's actually a shoe. Okay, so they pairing up with some brands to promote each other, cross promote. I like that. So let's go to the main page because I guess I clicked on the banner and ended up going here. So let's go back. Yep. Okay, here's the main page. Blow this back up. We're good here. Scroll down. We're just going to browse over the main website. And if you want to take your time and click on all this stuff, like I said, you can do that on your own time. The link is down in the description. Knock yourself out because we'll be looking at shoes all night if we clicked all this stuff. So now we're going to look for the About Nike, and you can see it. I'm not blocking it. So right here, we're going to look at that. We can see careers here and investors. So everything we need is right up under company. So let's go to About Nike. So we serve basically everybody. If you have a body, you are an athlete. Okay. I'm looking for the About mission statement or vision statement or something like that. This looks like they're just talking about the history of the company. And I'm interested in, here it is. It's down here at the bottom. Let me move so you can see it. Wait a minute, guys. Here we go. Right here. Mission. Right here. That's what we're looking for. Let me see if I'm still zoomed in. He zoomed us out. Okay, so mission. Down here in the corner. So let's click that and put me back on the screen. It definitely looked like we zoomed in. I know they didn't zoom us out now. That's definitely zoomed in. Our Nike Incorporated mission to bring inspiration and innovation to every athlete in the world. If you have a body, you are an athlete. Okay, so this is where we find the mission statement. You can read over this on your own, at your own convenience. We're just going to do a quick browse. Featured initiatives, improving support and access and experience, and labeling, accessibility. Okay. So now we can look at careers, and I do not see that on this page anymore, and you can't see what I'm looking at. I don't see careers down here. So let's go back to the main company website, because I remember seeing it there. Okay, so careers, there we go. All right, going back in. What moves you moves our world. Put me back on the screen, please. All right, so be in the know. They putting this everywhere, aren't they? This little slogan right here, they got it all over. Every page we go to is talking about if you got a body, you an athlete. Culture and action. Okay, I'm looking for like the different job positions and let's see. So we got search retail, search distribution, manufacturer, search corporate careers, search open internships. This is interesting. This is interesting because this looks very vague compared to the other stuff we've been seeing so far since we've been looking at careers. But okay, now let's go to the investors. And they have purpose. So they got the purpose under the careers. As we can see, we can get some more information here too, as far as like vision and mission. This would be under vision and mission as far as I'm concerned. Okay, now let's go to the investors information. I don't like how the fact once you navigate away from it, you got to go all the way back here to get to this stuff. All right, so here's the investors information and very small at the top. Let me zoom in. We already zoomed in. It's this little thing right here. So they trade on the New York Stock Exchange. That's the ticker symbol and the closing price for today and the price change. Let's see. So we're looking for, here's the SEC filing stuff, but we are looking for the stock quoting chart, which is right here. So this is how you find it, and this is where it's at. Did they zoom us out? I don't think so. It still looks zoomed. Yeah, they did zoom us out. There we go. All right. So here's the stock chart that they offer. Here's the stock quote, and here's some other tools. So now that we navigated the website and pointed out where all of that is, let's go over here to our main page so I can give you this disclaimer. So before we look at the charts, remember, professionals trade from a computer, not a mobile device. Mobile trading apps are limited. Traders lose critical detail and advanced platform features on a mobile screen. So be advised, trading from a phone is usually the least effective way for managing assets. To see every detail, use a full trading platform and watch these streams on a computer or TV. Only use the phone as a last resort, okay? Last resort. Now let's look at the Nike charts. Let's look at the charts for Nike. Make sure I put this ticker on the screen. Go over to the charts. Now right here in the symbol box over here to the upper left, NKE. And we are looking at, I know it's a bunch of stuff going on. I know it's a bunch of stuff going on the chart. But we already, I sound like Elmer Fudd. We already drew this downtrend line last time we looked at this stock. And it's still trading below the 200-day simple moving average, the 9-day simple moving average. And yesterday they had hit their 52-week low, okay? And it closed right above that resistance we had drew last time we looked at this site. So it had drifted right below it and then broke through that resistance, because support turns into resistance once price breaks below it. All right, so let's zoom in and let's get our stock information for today. Now, usually I walk through this step process, I'm gonna just do it, but I have it automated now. So now that I have it automated now, whenever we have this floating data box and we need to use it, cut it on or cut it off, I'll be able to do it a lot quicker. But I want to show you one time tonight how we do it. We go to settings, cut on the floating data box, click apply, click OK, and then we got it. So we're just gonna mouse over today's candle and read the stock quote for today. So Nike opened at $151.93. They had a high of $53.11. They had a low of $51.69, and they closed today at $52.82, which was a trading range of $1.42. And if we look down at the trading volume, they traded 36.4 million shares of this stock today, and they had significant volume. Now, normally, stocks do have increased volume. They have a lot more trading activity around earnings time. Okay. So when we look at our volume rank percentile, it's in the 95.2. Let me take the floating data box off. It didn't even work. I know it's because I got this cursor thing on. It's because of the cursor. It's a delay. So I'm gonna have to change the timing on that automation. But okay. So out of the most recent 252 trading days, only 12 days had higher volume than today. So the average volume for this in particular stock is right here. So on average, they trade almost 17 million shares a day. And today they traded 36.4 million shares. So that's significantly higher than what their average volume is for this stock. Okay. So we looked at Nike and we talked about the trend, the stock quote, and all of that good stuff. So let's move on. We did the charts for that. Let's move on. Let's move on. All right, quick analysis, community support. Let's go there. Let's go to community support. So I would appreciate it very much if you guys share the stream, hit the like button, doesn't cost anything, subscribe, and if you wish to send a monetary gift to support the content, Cash App and PayPal links are down in the description, as well as on the ticker I just placed on the screen. So we are going to look at the S&P 500 index to see what they did today, but we're going to be using the SPY ETF. This ETF gives investors an opportunity to participate in S&P 500 by tracking its performance, because you cannot invest directly in an index, okay? So it just tracks their performance. So let's go over here to the charts. So in the symbol box, we're going to type in SPY. And now we just pulled up the Spider S&P 500 ETF, and woo, they had significant volume today. I'm glancing at that. Let me zoom out so you can get a better idea. So it was trading yesterday. Let's zoom in, focus on what we're doing. Yesterday, right here, it was trading below the 9-day simple moving average and the 200-day simple moving average, okay? It was trading below both of those. But today, it closed above the 9-day simple moving average. The close is above this trend line, not trend line. This, I can't think of what we call it right now. Indicator, the simple moving average indicator. Study, it's not an indicator, it's a study. Right, it's right here. You see where it say edit studies and strategies? So this is a simple moving average study. And there's the 9. So it's a 9-day simple moving average study that we're looking at. And it finally closed above it today. So it had been trading below that simple moving average for a while. It's the first time it's closed above it in a minute on the daily chart, okay? And we see the significant volume down here. So let's talk about the price, and then we'll get deeper into the volume. Let me try this data box one more time. Let me see if this button will do it. Bam, it worked that time. Ooh, wait, that was cold. All right. So the stock quote for the SPY ETF today, they opened at $638.94. They had a high of $651.54. They had a low today of $637.98, and they closed today at $650.34, which was a trading range of $13.56. When we look at the trading volume, they traded 152.5 million shares of this ETF today. And when we look at the volume rank percentile, it was in the 96%.8. Let me see if I can take this floating data box off. It worked. Hey, it's working now. Okay. And only 8 days out of the most recent 252 trading days had more volume than today. So the average volume for the SPY is 80 million shares a day. And today they had 152 million, which is almost double, 80, 160. So almost double. So that's significant volume. And that's a very bullish candle, at least for today. That's what we getting right now. It's definitely a Cahole. So it closed today, closed above the high of the low day. That's what a Cahole is. That's an actual candle pattern. But okay, so we got that. We talked about the SPY. Let me read where we at so I don't get lost. All right, now let's look at today's winners and losers. All right, but first we're going to look at the losers so we can end the night on a high note. Okay, I don't like looking at losers last. We want to end with some money. We want some winners. All right, so let's go over to Market Watch after I put this back on the screen. When I go over here to our Market Watch tab, and I already have the S&P 500 pulled up, but I'll show you how to do it. Right here is going to be your watch list. We click on that. We go down to public, S through W, and go over to S&P 500. So we already have it pulled up. We already have the percentage change on the biggest loser, so it's already at the negative. So ticker CEG as our biggest our biggest loser for today, and they lost 6.48%. Okay, so the previous close yesterday was $298.61. Today they closed at $279.25. So if someone had invested at that closing price yesterday and they invested $1,000 and they experienced that 6.48% loss, we're going to multiply this times a decimal of that percentage. So all we did was change the percentage to a decimal, so that person would have lost $64.80. We're going to negate that and add our $1,000, or add the $1,000 back to it, and it will tell you how much money that person will have left after experiencing that 6.48% loss. So they have $935.20 left remaining from that initial investment. So let's go over and look and get a little bit more information about this company before we visit their website. So we go over to the Analyze tab. We already have it selected and linked here on the Thinkorswim platform. So we click Analyze. So here's the ticker symbol, CEG, and we see that they are in the utilities sector. And now we're going to go down here and get the company profile information. I need to take myself off the screen so you can see it. So company profile, Constellation Energy Corporation is the official name of the company. And here's the website. And the website is also down in the description for your convenience. We're going to read a little bit of this description, and then we're going to go to their website. Constellation Energy Corporation produces and sells energy products and services in the United States. The company operates through 5 segments: Mid-Atlantic, Midwest, New York, ERCOT, and other power regions. All right, we done. Let's go to the website. I already have it pulled up. I just need to put it on the screen. So I believe this is it. Nope, that's not it. This is their website. So let's blow this up. What are we doing? I don't see this on. Okay, there we go. There we go. And let's take this off the screen. That ticker going crazy. We're not on the Thinkorswim platform anymore. Okay. So Constellation. Now we need to look at we're going to browse over for their goods and services, which we should already know. They're in the energy sector and they sell energy. That's the service that they offer to people. Powering America's clean and reliable energy future. Okay. So that's some reports. Oh, the arrow's over here. So we can browse through this. So we just browsing their website, and it looks like it's a nice little scroll here. So about us, so we can see right here on the main page, leading the way in energy. Constellation is the nation's largest producer of clean, reliable energy and the largest private sector energy producer in the world. That's okay. So that's a lot of stats about the company right here. And remember, you can read, you can read all this yourself. The link is in the description for your convenience. If you want to take some more time, or if I'm scrolling too fast for you, or if I'm not reading anything, take your time. All right. So they have the careers on the main page and all of that. They still have a different section for it, but I'm noticing they have a lot of the stuff that we're looking for just on the main page. I don't know if they just threw it on there because it ain't really much to talk about with the goods and services. Like we sell electricity, or we sell power. Like it's different from Nike because it's a whole bunch of different types of shoes, but it's only a certain amount, like whatever their source is for the power, that's pretty much it. But you don't care about the source. You just care that you're getting energy. So I think that's why they put all this stuff on the main page compared to a retail type website. That's what I think. So you got business, overview, purpose. We're going to go to purpose. So our purpose and values, I'm only going to read a little bit of it, okay? We live our purpose every day in ways that benefit our customers, our communities, and the nation. They got a lot up there. It's a long purpose and values. So you can read that on your own time. Like a mission statement and vision is usually like a sentence. And they got paragraphs up here. So all right, now let's go to, so we looked at the main page. We know we did the goods and services. So now let's go to careers. They zoomed us out. These people look tiny. So go to 150. Okay, so now we're looking at careers. You can search jobs powered by passion and purpose. Together, we're creating healthier communities and a cleaner planet. Now, ever since we started doing this, like I had seen on one of these companies where they told you like all the different types of benefits that they give their employees, which I thought was dope. I thought that was really cool that they was telling you all of the packages and the different things they do and incentives they give the employees. So it kind of like gave you an idea about how people might, or how employees, what would the morale be like at that company for the employees? What are the opportunities like? Is it room for growth? What type of benefits do they offer? Do they pay for college and things like that? Like that, in my opinion, you get a higher quality morale and higher quality employee when you have incentives that go beyond the like traditional type of stuff. So that's what I look for when I'm looking on these websites for in the career section. I'm not just looking at, you know, apply here. That's not what I'm looking at. I'm looking at what are you offering the employee besides employment and getting paid to be an employee. Like, what are you offering? So here it is. Here are employees about experiences that they've had working with us, like things like this. And here's feature positions, view all job, employees, resources. So here's what I'm talking about. So benefits. And then you got to learn more. So this is exactly what I'm talking about. And then they got more stuff you can go into to get more out of it, to see the different type. There go to benefits. That's what I'm talking about. So this is where you would have went to see that. Scroll down and click around. This is why you got the links down in the description, because we're not going to be able to do all of this in this live stream. And, you know, we want to kind of move fast with this. So let's go to the investors and wrap this up with this company. Zoom back in. So as soon as you click investors, it looked like the stock quote come up. This is a raggedy chart. Like, you can't even change anything from what I'm seeing. This is one of the raggediest charts I've seen on the website. I gotta be honest. That's about mad. That's super raggedy. There's no way to change the time frames on it or nothing. Yeah. This is one step higher than the ones that don't have nothing on it. That's what I'm getting. Like, you got some websites, you click on the investor information, you'll see you following us, and don't nothing come up. Like, there's no stock information there. And then on this one, they have a stock chart here. They have a chart here, but you can't adjust nothing. It's fixed. And then it doesn't have like the stock quote information. This is just the stock. Like, it don't say the high, the low, the 52-week low. The whole quote is not here. I see overview. Maybe I'm speaking too soon. Let's click investor and shareholder. Investor resources. Okay, shareholder resources. Direct stock, yeah. That's limited. All right, let's go over to our Thinkorswim platform, guys, so we can see a real chart. And let me put this ticker back on the screen. All right. So CEG, good. We already got them pulled up. All right. So technical analysis time. It looks like this stock to me trends more sideways. So we can do some support and resistance thing. And I'm also seeing zones. I'm not seeing like a clean support and resistance. So like right here, when I'm looking at this is going to be a zone. I'm going to put the first line there, and then I'm going to show you. So this is going to be like a zone. Okay, let me drag this over because nope, I got to extend the time frame. So this is a 1-year daily chart. We're going to change it to a 2-year daily chart so we can get some more candles. And I'm going to drag it over. See what I mean? So like when we go further back, I'm seeing levels where this stock trades more sideways than down and up. And it does go up and down, but it trades sideways more often. So like here is like 3 months of sideways, then it's 1 month it went up, then it traded sideways, and then it went up, then it's sideways again, then it went down. So this is a up and down range right here, but this is like a support resistance zone. So I'm gonna show you what I mean. This area right here. Okay. So you can see when it comes to that area, it struggles. It come back down, fall through, it came up, then it tested it, came in there, it came up, tested it again, then it went up, came back down, traded sideways for a minute, then it fell out of it, broke back through it, and now we're struggling with it again. So that's what I'm seeing in a quick technical analysis of it. Here's the 52-week high. We're going to zoom in and focus on this area here. I'm going to remove the drawings so I can tell you what I see right here with the remove drawing. with what happened between yesterday and today. So this is a technical analysis term right here. This is a gap. So between this low and between this high, another term they use is a window. So this stock actually gapped down between trading sessions. So no trading during a regular trading session took place in this price range right here in this gap. So today they opened here at the bottom body of this candle. This is where the price opened at, and it closed here today. That's why it's green, even though this candle is lower than this red candle. The close for this red candle is at the top of the body of the candle, and the close is at the bottom of the body. They call these skinny parts wicks. So it tested that support during that trading session yesterday. It tested it. It closed below the 9-day simple moving average, and then it opened below that support range that we had drew. I had took it off, but it was close to that area. So it gapped below support. So now it's going to be fighting against resistance, and it's trading below the 200-day moving average and the 9-day simple moving average. So that's what I'm seeing on this stock as far as like technical analysis. Now let's go to cut the floating data box back on. Good. All right. So mouse over it. Let's get the stock quote for this one. So CEG opened today at $275.05. They had a high of $284.93. They had a low of $270.89, and they closed today at $279.25, which was a trading range of $14.04. If we look at the trading volume, they traded 6.2 million shares of their stock today. And if we look at, I was laughing because that volume seems low to me, but this is what I mean by volume isn't the same depending on the company you look at. So for this particular stock, even though 6.2 million doesn't seem like a lot when you look at the other companies, for this stock, this was in the 96.4% volume rank percentile. Only 9 days out of the most recent 252 trading days had more volume than today. And then we can look at what the average volume is for this stock. Now, earlier today, I probably didn't even realize I was blocking this when I was telling you. So now I took myself off the screen so we can see it. The average trading volume for this stock is 3 million. So now that we know that, if the average volume is 3 million and today it was 6.2, then it was more than double. So that's significant for this in particular stock, even though other stocks have an average volume that's a lot higher than what we seeing with this in particular company. Okay. So let's go on to our winner. We almost done, guys. So let's go ahead and hit this percentage change, and we have our biggest winner for today. Ticker symbol ON on Semiconductor. Okay. So they had a previous close of $55.66. They closed today at $61.62, which was an 11.25% gain. So if someone had invested $1,000, they would have received a ROI, a return on investment, of $112.50. Okay. That's what that percentage gain would have gave someone if they had invested $1,000 at this previous closing price and exited, or we're not gonna get too technical, and sold at the closing price for today. We just focusing on a percentage change, not the technicals of tax lots and all that other stuff. We'll be talking all day getting into that, but just let's keep it simple. So we're going to go over to the Analyze tab so we can look deeper at this company. So ticker symbol ON, and they are in the information technology sector. Okay. Now we're going to look at the company profile. And the official name of the company is On Semiconductor Corporation. Here's their website, and the link for this website is also down in the description for your convenience. Let's read some of this description. On Semiconductor Corporation provides intelligent sensing and power solutions in Hong Kong, Singapore, the United Kingdom, the United States, and internationally. It operates through 3 segments: Power Solutions Group, Analog, and Mixed Signal Group. All right, let's move on. Let's move on, because they'll get you. You'll be reading. All right. So let's go over to their website. I already have it pulled up, blow it up, zoom in, put me back on the screen, take this ticker off. Here we go. All right. Zoom in. Wrong screen. Go over here. Zoom in. Bam, bam, bam. All right. So over here, let's see. Goods and services. They got information. They got investors relations on the main page. They got careers on the main page. Oh, I was down at the bottom of the thing. No wonder. So here's the top of their website, guys. I'm like, they quick. They tell us what they do for real. So what is vertical GAN? I don't know. We can read it to find out. The links are down in the description. The website link is in the description for your convenience for you to look at this and read it yourself. Boost data center PSU efficiency. So they dealing with something with, then we look at, it was information technology. Look like microchips have their names on it. So something with semiconductors, possibly. Technology, automotive. So whatever they do, they put it in automobiles, LED lighting, electric and hybrid. Okay. Technology spotlight. Yeah, some type of microchip that they're using in these different applications. Okay. So healthcare, computers, data center servers and things like that, even defense and weapons and things like that. So here's their vision and their mission. We didn't have to dig too far for that. It's right there on the main page, even though we're still going to look under company, newsroom, careers. So here's their career stuff. They got it right on the main page, and investor relations. Notice how those 4 things I said we're looking for, they have them right there on their main page. I like the fact that this company did that, and they're the biggest winner today, which doesn't mean that they're a great or a bad company. I just like the fact that they did that. Okay, so let's go to, am I blocking this? Yes, I am. Let me take me off the screen. So company overview, company history. I guess we're going to go to company overview. This is going to give us mission statement and things like that. Innovating for a better future. On Semi specializes in delivering industry-leading intelligent power and intelligent sensing solutions. Okay, here's the company profile, sustainability, social responsibility. Here's their performance. Quick data you can look at, the leadership. Okay, I didn't see anything about vision, purpose, or anything like that. And I don't see any quick thing. I don't want to hold this up. I see ethics and compliance. Let's look at careers. Let's move over, move on. Okay, our people, this is who we are, and then the professional, start your career. Let's go to our people. People are our greatest asset, and that is absolutely true. Your customers, without your customers, you are no business, and the wrong employees can run your customers away. They sure can. So here's the number on the employees that they have. Meet our people. So they have some of their employees giving their testimonies and things like we saw with the other website. I don't know if I ain't saying they lying. Let me get my little disclaimer. But if you currently employed, would it benefit you to say something negative by a company you currently work for? Like they're going to put that on their website? I don't know if that would win me over. Like just show me what you offer to the employees rather than having them testify why they still work for you. Oh, you don't like us, huh? Then you go, be honest. Yeah, honestly out the door. So anyway, so that's the career stuff, professionals, who we are. I think we already went there. So let's go to investors. They got stock performance right there. Okay, so they got it as a list, investor relations. Let me put me back on the screen. I'm talking like that. I ain't even got my face on there. You ain't see me laughing. So anyway, here's the stock quote information. Here's the stock. See how this stock has way more detail than the other one? Let me zoom in. They zoomed us out. Guys. They got us. Here we go. Zoom in. You see how this website has way more. Like when we looked at the biggest, I think that was the Biggest Loser. When we looked at the Biggest Loser website, you couldn't change anything. You see how this is moving? Like you can change the different style. It was just flat and it just had a stock price on it. It did not have as much details and information as this. Even though you're not going to need it, it was like, what's the point of you putting it up here if you're going to have it this lousy? So anyway, let's go over to our Thinkorswim platform so we can do some technical analysis on this in particular stock, the biggest winner for today. So we go to charts. I need to put this ticker. Oh my gosh, I done zoomed in so far on this other one because I was on the wrong screen. Ticker monitor, here we go. So we got me back up here and we are looking at what's going on today. What is this? This is the 2-year daily chart. So let me zoom out. We zoomed in too far. Oh, wow. See how long this traded sideways? Like in this range between, I know it came all the way down here, but I'm seeing that the support was more so like in this. It's like a zone. This is another example of like a support zone. So let me get this. So this would be like a support zone, this area right here. So that would have been like a zone. You see how it touches the top of the zone and it come in the zone, test the bottom and come out of it. And then when it couldn't hold in it right here, it just trended down from there. But the downtrend started here, but it was in that zone for a while. So this zone was acting as support. It broke through it, it recovered, then it started trading around that 200-day simple moving average. You can see how the white line, then it fell drastically when this support didn't hold, that support zone I just drew. It came all the way down here, it had a low. This is a 2-year, so this is not a 52-week low, I don't think. It depends on where it is. It says 4. So yeah, that is the 52-week low. So the 52-week low is $31.04. And I want to draw some more. Let's put some more supports. So I would say this is a zone. So I'm not even going to draw a line. I'm going to look for the zone. I'm just going to draw a zone here. I would say that's the support and resistance zone for this one. Okay. Yep, that's what I'm seeing. And if we could extend that one, let me see if I can extend this one. I don't know. Click it. Yeah, we can extend it. So if we extend it, you can see how it is respecting that zone again. See how it acted as resistance. It broke through it. It broke back down below it. It came to test it and it fell and it came back down to this support zone. So that's what I'm seeing. So let me zoom in. We're going to zoom in some more, drag it over. All right, so this is where we are today. So yesterday, it tested the 200-day simple moving average. And then today, it opened higher. So it closed here. Let me zoom in some more. I don't want this to be too small for you. This candle right here was yesterday's candle, okay? The bottom of this body, not the tip, the bottom of the body. It closed right above that simple 200-day moving average. The 200-day simple moving average. It closed right above it. And then today it opened right here. And then it closed above both the 200 and the 9 simple moving 9-day, the 200-day and the 9-day simple moving average. Today it closed above both of them. And it looks like the volume is in the 85. Let's read it all together. Let's do it how we normally do it, because now I'm all over the place. All right, let me put my floating data box back on. Okay, now let's read the stock quote for today. So on open at $57.33, they had a high of $62.16 and they had a low of $57. They closed today at $61.92 and had a trading range of $5.16. And when we look at the trading volume, they traded 12.7 million shares of this stock today. And when we look at the volume rank percentile, let me cut this floating data box off. 36 days had higher volume than today. So it's in the 85.7% volume rank percentile. And their average volume, let me take me off the screen so you can see it. The average volume is a 9.3 million. And today they traded 12.7 million. So that's what we're looking at for on today. And we already did our technical analysis. So let's go ahead and wrap this up, man. We did what we needed to do. We had a good show tonight. All right. So you already know. I hope that you learned something and I hope that you earned something. Thank you guys for joining me tonight. If you haven't done so already, make sure you check out the whole life insurance link I have down in the description and part 5. Remember I was telling you guys about part 5. It actually was finished and released today, like finished editing, and I released it today at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So now you have a part 5 to that if you've checked out the first 4 parts of the series. And make sure you guys tune in weekdays following a market trading session at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Take care and God bless.